Subscribe to Gizmo Times and get notified about our latest videos by hitting the bell icon.
Hey guys, welcome to Gizmo Times. This is Chetan and this is the comparison of the Samsung Galaxy A10 with the Realme 3 smartphone. These two phones come in the same price range. The Galaxy A10 is priced at around 8,490 while the Realme 3 is priced at around 9,000 for the base variant. So this comes with a single variant that's 2GB plus 32GB, while this is with 3GB plus 32GB for the 9,000 rupees one, while this one with 4 plus 64 option that's at 11,000 rupees. So let's do a quick comparison of the specifications. To be frank, we haven't used Galaxy A10 in the outdoor conditions much, so there's no real comparison of the cameras. We'll just talk about mostly the specs here. So let's start firstly with the design. Both of them have the plastic back. There's no difference that way. They both look quite different. They both are glossy, and there's that gradient color on the Realme 3 which actually looks good, but both are prone to scratching and smudges. It's easily noticeable on both of them, while the smudges are much more on the Realme 3 when compared to the Galaxy A10. But it actually looks better as well when compared to the A10, because A10 is a standardized kind of design. There's no special design kind of thing. Also with the camera ring that is given around the Realme 3, it looks good. And with the back itself, one difference you can notice is that the Realme 3 has a fingerprint sensor here, which is not present on the Galaxy A10. Now let's start with the display. So both of them have the same screen size, around the same. It's a 6.2-inch display with the 720 to 1520 pixels of screen resolution. So it's a HD plus resolution on both of them. While the Realme 3 is said to have the Gorilla Glass 3 protection for the screen, Samsung hasn't mentioned anything about the protection on the screen. Now, the internal specs is where there's quite a lot of difference, and I would say that Realme 3 is clearly a winner here because it comes with the Helio P70 chipset when compared to the Exynos 7884 Octa chipset on the Galaxy A10. While the 7884 does well with the basic usage, with the gaming it clearly lags behind. And not just gaming, with the long-term usage you should obviously see that the Helio P70 is performing much better. And this is the 1.6 GHz clock speed on the 7884, while it's 2.0 GHz on the Helio P70, and also the GPUs differ here, and it's the Mali G71 on the Galaxy A10, while it's the Mali G72 MP3 on the Realme 3. So the difference clearly here is that the performance is going to be much better on the Realme 3. Next, with the UI. One good thing about Samsung's A series is that it comes with the Android 9 Pie, and with that it's the One UI. One UI is much better than the Experience UI that was previously there. But Realme also has done the job on its side by offering the same Android 9 Pie here, and it's the ColorOS 6 based on that. And ColorOS 6 is actually better than the ColorOS 5 with the inclusion of the app drawer, with how the apps can be switched between with these gestures, and there are things that have changed, and ColorOS now seems to be a bit better than what it was earlier. So it's again based on personal preference. I would have skipped the Experience UI earlier, but now One UI is much better than the previous one. On the same side, the ColorOS 5 was not that good, but now the ColorOS 6 is good, but it's all about your personal preference. Both are running on the latest OS version, that is Android 9 Pie. Next, with the storage and RAM options, so this is coming with only 2GB RAM, 32GB storage. That's the only option, 8,490 rupees. This is coming with 3 plus 32 and 4 plus 64. 500 rupees more for the base variant, but still it has 1GB RAM more, which usually helps in multitasking, in also playing heavy games. Along with that, you have a dedicated microSD card slot on both of them, which is quite a good thing. Similarity between both of them, but that's good here. And there's support for up to 512GB card on the Galaxy A10, while it support up to 256GB card on the Realme 3. Moving on to one major aspect where again I would say that Realme did quite a good job here. It's the single lens camera on the Galaxy A10 compared to the dual lens camera combination on the Realme 3. It's a 13MP camera on both of them, while the Samsung Galaxy A10 has an f1.9 aperture compared to the f1.8 aperture on the Realme 3, and there's also the phase detection autofocus on the Realme 3, while it's the basic autofocus, no PDAF on the Samsung Galaxy A10. Also, the secondary camera here, it's the 2MP camera. It's only a depth sensing camera. I won't really say that it's going to make a lot of difference, because even with the depth sensor here, we have seen the portraits not to be so good. Still, that's an addition here. So you're getting a 2MP camera here, and that brings it a dual lens camera combination compared to the single lens camera here. And with the camera captures, we aren't really sure how different they are. But for now, I can say with at least with the specs, PDAF addition of that, and also having a larger aperture is going to give Realme 3 the edge over the Galaxy A10. On the front, surely the resolution is better on the Realme 3. Again, it's a 13 megapixel camera compared to the 5 megapixel camera on the Galaxy A10. While both of them have the same aperture size, that's f2.0, but still the resolution is larger on the Realme 3. And with the video recording, both the phones support Full HD videos with the front-facing camera and the rear-facing camera. There's no difference in that way. And along with that, the next one is the battery life. 4230 mAh battery on the Realme 3 clearly beats the 3400 mAh battery on the Galaxy A10. Galaxy A10 has also one big disadvantage compared to the Realme 3. It's the slow charging. 5V1A, that's the 5 watt charging that is present on the Galaxy A10 compared to the Realme 3 that has at least the 5V2A, that's 10 watt charging. There's no quick charge support on both of them, there's no fast charge in that way, but 10 watt is obviously better than the 5 watt charging. Though not just that, 4230 mAh battery compared to 3400 mAh battery on the Galaxy A10. So obviously the Realme 3 again would get my vote here compared to the Galaxy A10. And the last thing is one of those issues where I would say that Realme 3 did not include a secondary microphone here. So there is no proper noise cancellation when we try to make calls. But that is present here. There's a secondary microphone present on the Galaxy A10, which is something that you have to notice, and that helps during calls. So the other thing is about the fingerprint sensor, which is present on the Realme 3 and not on the Galaxy A10. With the face unlock, I felt that the Realme 3 is a bit faster. It directly takes you to the home screen from the turned off screen itself. When you lift the phone, that works. Here, it would take about a second where it's on the lock screen and then unlock the phone for you to take it to the home screen. So there's that difference with the face unlock as well, and the presence of the fingerprint sensor surely helps on the Realme 3. So this was the overall comparison of the Samsung Galaxy A10 with the Realme 3 smartphone. So there are a few areas where the Realme 3 clearly beats the Samsung Galaxy A10, while the A10 has its own goodness with the Samsung One UI. If you're someone who has used Samsung phones in the past and wanted something similar in the budget range, this will help you. And both have the dual VoLTE as well, so with the connectivity there's again not a lot of difference. With the performance, the Realme 3 clearly beats the other one, and so that's the comparison between these two smartphones. Clearly, you should be paying a bit more and getting the Realme 3. If you have a tight budget and you can still go up to 9,000 rupees, it's the Realme 3 over the Galaxy A10. So this was our comparison of the Realme 3 and the Galaxy A10 smartphones. I hope you like this video. If you do share and subscribe to this for some more. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.